Broncos Raiders matchup preview. It's all going down next right here on Hammers.House.
The United States are strongly encouraged to shelter in place to avoid being attacked or taken hostage. To shelter in place, take the following precautions. Close all windows and doors, and all lights.
Welcome to the official, the original, the only house for Las Vegas Raiders news, rumors, updates, and reactions. Welcome to Hammers.House. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday night. Give me 1 second because I see something with this Nightbot that's acting up right now, and I'm really not feeling that. Give me 1 second. All of a sudden, it's acting a fool with people, and we don't need that. Let's fix this real quickly. I'm so sorry, guys. Community. Yeah, the Nightbot is going bye-bye for the time being. Jesus Christ. Very bad Nightbot. All right. Circus, Mason Blue, Ace Rasta, Wagwan. Bourbon, my brother. Cool Kev, Willie Wayne. The infamous Circus. Hope everybody's doing well. Y'all know the routine when you come on in, and if you don't, I'm going to learn you. Break them thumbs, hit them subs, smash the bell for all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. Tonight, again, is our matchup preview. We're going to get right into it momentarily, but before we do that, we do have the updated injury report for today. So here it is. Amir Abdullah, illness. He was a full participant, so I guess he's back and healthy again. Devontae Adams, abdomen, he was limited. Brandon Bolden, he was a full participant today. Derek Carr, full participant. Jermaine Illuminor, full participant. Luke Masterson was limited with the ribs. Colton Miller, shoulder, abdomen, limited. Denzel Perryman, hip, ribs, limited. Sam Webb, knee, limited. Rock Yassin was a full participant today. For the Denver Broncos, you had Andrew Beck, KJ Hamler, Jerry Jeudy did not participate. Quan Williams didn't participate. Kendall Hinton didn't participate. Limited was Ayuma. I'm going to just say Ayoma U. That's it, because I'm not going to butcher that dude's name. Baron Browning, Tom Compton, Cameron Fleming, Graham Glasgow. Who else am I missing? Justin Simmons and Jonas Griffin were all limited. And your full participants were Kareem Jackson, Mike Purcell, Latavius Murray, and Darius Phillips. So that is tonight's updated injury report. Again, we are in week 11. This is the current injury update. Tomorrow will be the final day of practice for the week, and you'll see the game time statuses as they appear. So we will be back. If I'm not back tomorrow, then I'll probably post it on all the social medias. But as of right now, those are the current and most up-to-date injury reports that we have. So appreciate that. Let's see. The real DC, we are 5-0 against the Broncos since moving to Vegas. We're 5-0 against the Broncos. We have won 8 of the last 10 meetings against the Denver Broncos. This was one team this season that I had us in our division, a team that we were going to sweep. Again, where we're standing right now in 2-7, you're not going to have me sit here, give you guys score predictions, this, that, and the third. At this point, it for me is I just hope we can win another fucking game before the end of the season. Being honest, I'm being transparent with you guys. I just want to fucking win. I just want to win. D Menace is in here. Did I miss anybody? The Nation Nightmare was good, brother. But But yeah, I just want to see us win. So we're going to go into this preview, this matchup preview right now. And we're going to start with Raiders by the numbers. Number 2, in Week 10, cornerback Sam Webb posted 2 passes defensed. His first career game with multiple passes defended. Webb is only the second Raider undrafted rookie since 1999 to record multiple pass deflections in a single game, and the first since 2000. So kudos to him. I did say Sam Webb was one of the guys on defense that did have a solid game for us this past Sunday. Regardless of the outcome, you still can give credit where credit's due for players that are performing up to par and actually doing their job. So definitely props to Sam Webb. The number 7, Josh Jacobs has now become only the 15th running back in NFL history to record 7+ rushing touchdowns in each of their first 4 seasons. 10 of the 15 running backs that have accomplished that are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So that's definitely a great accomplishment, and congratulations to him. Number 8, Davante Adams has racked up 8 receiving touchdowns this season, tied for the most in the NFL. His 8 touchdowns are tied for the 5th most through the first 9 games of a season by a Raiders receiver, and the most since 1997. Another one. Look, the numbers are good, but we're still 2-7. Sorry, not sorry. 10+ with his 10 tackles in Week 10, Max Crosby notched his second performance of double-digit tackles this season, becoming the first defensive lineman since 2012 to post multiple games with 10+ tackles in a single season. His performance is also only the 19th game of 10+ tackles by a defensive lineman since 2019. Another one for Max Crosby, the number 14. Max Crosby ranks tied for first in the NFL with 14 tackles for loss. His 14 tackles for loss are a career best through the first 9 games of a season and are the most by a Raiders defender since at least 1999 through the first 9 games of the season. Carlson is still on his streak, the number 41. Carlson has now made each of his last 41 field goal attempts dating back to Week 8 of 2021. His streak of 41 consecutive makes is currently the longest active streak in the NFL and the 3rd longest streak in NFL history. He needs another 4 more to break Adam Vinatieri's record. That was from the 2015 to 2016 season. 50, Josh Jacobs has excelled at getting first downs for the Raiders in 2022. He's recorded 50 rushing first downs, the most in the NFL this season. Am I missing anybody in here right now? I don't think I am. Janelle, salute. Going to our last matchup against the Denver Broncos. That was October 2nd. We won 32-23. Solid game. Josh Jacobs had what was his single game rushing record at 144. A week later, he broke it. It was a pretty solid performance by us as a whole. Derek Carr, way under 200 yards, or not way under, but he threw for 188 passing yards. Josh Jacobs, again, he rushed for 144, and Davante Adams had 101 receiving yards in that matchup. Russell Wilson threw for 237. He rushed for 29 yards, which is actually the most for the Raiders. For the Broncos that day. And KJ Hamler had 55 receiving yards. As you guys know, Melvin Gordon shit the bed for them that day, cried like a bitch in the press conference, and they lost their lead running back to ACL injury. Let's go into the matchup info for this matchup. We'll do the individual leader first as we start this. Derek Carr with 2,128 passing yards so far this season. Russell Wilson with 1,980. Completion percentage for Derek Carr is 62.4 to 57.4 for Russell Wilson. I'm pretty sure that is the lowest of his career thus far. Passing touchdowns, 13 for Derek Carr, 7 for Russell Wilson. With the carries, you have Josh Jacobs with 159. Melvin Gordon with 82 rushing yards, 821 for Josh Jacobs. Melvin Gordon with 287 rushing touchdowns. Josh Jacobs with 7. You have Melvin Gordon and Latavius Murray tied with 2 apiece. Receptions, Devontae Adams, 57. Cortland Sutton, 41. Receiving yards, 784 for Tay. Cortland Sutton with 533. Receiving touchdowns, we just touched on before. Devontae Adams with 8 receiving touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy with 3. Your tackling leader, our guy on IR, Divine Diablo with 74. For the Broncos, you have Alex Singleton with 66. Sacks, Max Crosby with 7. Draymond, there's actually a tie right now. Draymond Jones with 5.5. Bradley Chubb, who is no longer a Bronco, 5.5. Interceptions, Deron Harmon, the closer, with 2. Caden Stearns leads it for Denver with 2. Let's go into the team rankings as we approach this Week 11 matchup. If I'm missing anybody in here, I apologize. I just want to make sure that we don't miss anything. I try to stay on top of this for you guys and don't get sidetracked. Eric Holbrook, salute. Rich Vitel, what is good? See a lot of people coming on in here. Appreciate you guys. Please hit that like button when you come on in. Again, let's go into the team rankings. Offensively for the Raiders, we're ranked 17th in total offense. The Broncos are ranked 22nd. And rush offense will rank 24th. They are ranked 25th. Pass offense will rank 12th. They're ranked 15th. Points per game, we're tied for 14th. They are ranked dead last with 14.6 on average a game. Again, we can talk about numbers like this, but when we've had games and opponents we've had to play with not the best numbers in the world, not the best offensive line, not the best this, not the best that, hasn't looked that great for us. Third down efficiency, we are ranked 22nd. They're ranked 31st. Fourth down efficiency, we're ranked 7th. They're ranked 14th. Red zone offense, we are ranked 22nd. They are ranked, again, dead last. Defensive side of the ball, total defense, we're ranked 28th. They're ranked 2nd. Rush defense, we're ranked 21st. They're ranked 13th. Pass defense, we're ranked 26th. They're ranked first in that. They're ranked first in points per game. We're ranked 28th. Third downs, we're ranked 30th. They're ranked 7th. Fourth down, we're ranked 10th. They're tied for 2nd. And red zone defense, we're ranked dead last, and they are ranked first. See what I mean? We always, going into the seasons, it's always talked about Denver's defense. They're always a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl contender. Well, Russell Wilson ain't cutting it right now for them, so they can put that out of their heads, but they do continuously have a solid defense. Again, we have beat them in the last 5 straight meetings. Overall, we've won 8 of the last 10 against them. Still going to be a good matchup, whether people want to hear that or not. We'll see how it plays out, though. DC got to ball out these final games, go out like a beast, or magically keep your job. There you go. It's a valid point. A very valid point. See, I have a whole bunch of moderators in here. I'm going to have to reach out to you guys individually at some point with something that we tried last night that we're going to continue to do while we're doing this. But I'm going to save it for another time where I could talk to you guys off air and make sure we have everything on the up and up. The numbers, salute. Appreciate you pulling on up, brother. We did get news earlier today that Nate Hobbs will not be active for this matchup this coming Sunday, but he will return full gear, ready to go next weekend against the Seattle Seahawks. So it's good news in a sense. I thought I got rid of Nightbot. Nightbot is still acting like a jackass. I wonder if I could put Nightbot in timeout. I miss Latavius Murray. I miss Drake right now. I just put Nightbot in timeout. Bad Nightbot. I removed him, but I don't know. He's still showing up right now. So yeah, Nate Hobbs is going to be back next week against Seattle. Again, I did give the injury report before. We've only been on 15 minutes, so I feel like there hasn't even been that much to talk about. We did do the presser yesterday, the weekly presser of DC and Devontae. You heard what they had to say. And look, they both said it. They used the word, and I got really, really upset. They did use the word process, and they're trusting the process and this, that, and the third. So, yeah, I'm not too thrilled about that. It looks like we're not going to be winning that much the rest of the way. And it pains me to say that. Blazing Raiders salute. It pains me to say that, but at the same time, like, look, we talked about it on Grav's Live last night. That was a great live. We talked about things that could happen moving forward. Particular players that we could be looking at, whether it being free agency or even the draft. What route is it that we're going to go? We don't necessarily know that. We're not behind closed doors. We're not in the facility, so we're not always in the know of everything. EJ salute, Al salute, Thor, yee! I see a lot of other people coming in and appreciate you guys. We don't know what's going to happen. I will talk in NFL news at this point. The Eagles, 2 days apart from each other, or a day apart from each other realistically, the Eagles signed Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh on one-year deals. I was thinking about this earlier this afternoon when I saw the news more about Suh than Joseph, because I don't think we really had Linval Joseph on our radar. I know it was a guy that a few of the content creators are like, oh, he would be a good fit for here. I think Suh must have had an idea of what was going to happen, or what our team was going to be, and didn't want to sign up for it. But I also said this to Graf and Andy and Wasted earlier when we got the news of Ndamukong Suh signing with the Eagles. Like, he's chasing a fucking ring. Whatever. That's what it is. They have a very solid fucking defensive line right now. You have Joseph. You have Suh. You have Fletcher Cox. You have a lot of guys. Like, they have a very, very deep defensive line right now. Like, that's what we needed. That's what we were screaming from the mountaintops for. We needed depth at the defensive tackle position. We needed guys that were disruptors on the interior D-line. We needed more depth at the cornerback position. We needed a veteran right tackle. We didn't do those things. We're stuck at 2-7 right now and playing out the rest of these 8 games. Look, I don't see us winning 8 in a row. And even if we do, I think getting into the playoffs is going to be a very, very small probability. Simple fact that we lost conference games. We lost a lot of conference games already, and the conference games were incredibly crucial to the record moving forward. Right now, as stated, we have a 1% chance of getting into the playoffs. Playoffs hopes are out the window. Sorry to burst a bunch of your guys' bubbles. We're not getting into the playoffs this year. Our season is pretty much over. We play out the rest of these 8 games. I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to give you guys Raider content. Still going to give you guys Raider news. Still going to break down team matchups and everything. But in reality, our season is a wash right now. So, yeah. God is in the building. The Gaff is in here. Teen's in here. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all pulling up. Win, lose, a tie, Raider Nation till I die. There you go. Hammer, would you start Christian Watson tonight? Anthony, there was actually somebody that put this post up earlier, and they were asking between Christian Watson and Kadarius Toney of the Chiefs, and I said to go with Christian Watson. I did my little research on it. Consensus down the board has Christian Watson as being the guy you want to start if you were to start if you had to choose between those two. Everybody's good, Danny. Everybody's good. Everybody's good. It's time to start breaking down draft talent. AJ, I'm going to have to get back into really legitimately trying to watch college football. Like, I follow my teams, and for those that don't know, I'm a huge UT fan. I watch Oregon as well, USF alma mater. But guys, thank you. Thank you, Circus. Thank you for being on top of that, because that shit's gonna drive me up the wall. You could even put him in timeout. I'm gonna have to really expand and watch more college football, I'm going to have to find film, and I could probably find it on the University of YouTube, of specific players that I think would fit our needs moving forward. I do have one guy, and look, you can call me biased on this one, but T'Vondre Sweat, the defensive tackle out of Texas, if he's on the board, I would love to have him. He's a fucking monster. He is a big boy and would definitely be a great addition on that interior D line. But like I said, I'm going to have to watch other teams, start doing my homework. If I have to compile film myself and start breaking things down, I will. I'm not going to do it fully until our season is officially over. I know I'm saying our season's over now, but when we no longer have games, when we no longer have practice, fuck that. When the Super Bowl is over, I'll start doing videos and doing research on that. Sebastian, what's good? Then I'll start doing the research and doing film on that and trying to give you guys an idea of guys that we should potentially draft moving forward. And we could also look at guys that are going to be free agents that could potentially be guys that end up coming here as well. We have 58 in here. I don't know how many likes. I don't care. I'm just here to hang out with you guys and have a good time. Like I said, watching that presser yesterday, it kind of just put it in perspective, put it in reality that it's over. And we have to just live with that for the time being. It is what it is. Like I said, there really was nothing to talk about tonight. I'm here doing this matchup preview. Jose Ortega, salute, brother. Tank versus Garcia, who you got? Shit. Put me on the spot. Garcia. Hit that like 60 in at 28. Get that shit. Appreciate you, God. Man, this is a long ass day. It's been a very stressful week, and I gotta be up early tomorrow for some other. I gotta be at work super early. I'm trying to figure out my situation for Sunday. If I'm around, I might go live. I might do a live stream of the game, and I'm actually thinking about doing something moving forward too. I'm thinking about potentially doing watch parties for those that are wrestling fans, AEW, WWE. I'm thinking about doing the watch parties for the pay-per-views moving forward. You guys know I do the UFCs normally. This past weekend, it was just a lot going on. I did a lot of running around. I was too exhausted to sit there and do the UFC 281. But I think I want to start adding more things. I do think a lot of you in here are... I know a lot of you in here are Warrior fans, as a lot of you are on the West Coast. I can start doing some Warrior games, probably more than nationally televised games. If I'm around, I can start doing those again. Had the running scoreboard and everything. So, I know a lot of you guys will pull up and watch. So why not? I'm in need a long gym session and some Call of Duty. Rob, which system do you have, Xbox or PlayStation? Anthony, you know I do the UFC, and you know I got my guys that are in there, so of course. Raider Nation Cali, salute. I'm doing voiceover reactions. I would love to voiceover react to your reaction. I fucking can't. Rob, add me on Xbox. It's Hammers.House. It's one word. Those that have Xbox, if you guys want to play Modern Warfare 2, I'm here for it. Hammers.House, it's one word. Let's change actually there you go. The Xbox one is coming across the screen. The Activision one is going across the screen as well for those that have PCs or PlayStation, so we can do the cross-play. And I'm all for it. I've been going off with my M4. It's maxed out. It's tuned. It's gold. I'm fucking putting work in. Car for 9 years and no ring. Time to move on. Danny, we talked about this last night. And look, I'm not here to hurt people's feelings, but I either he's getting cut, which we take a cap hit of like 5.6, but we have 29.3 in cap space available to us, or he waives his no trade clause and there's a bunch of teams that would be interested in him. The Saints, the Colts, the Falcons, the Bucks, the Texans, and a couple others. We'll play it as it goes. We'll see what happens. At this point, though, in my opinion, I don't think he's coming back. And again, this isn't me being a dick. This isn't me being a Kardashian, whatever the fuck people label it. But I think he needs a change of scenery. That's my opinion. Hey, Carrie, salute. I'm trying to woosah and just letting the chips fall. Yeah. Like, that's how I felt about it last year. I said what I said last year. I said, realistically, last year, there were two teams that I thought he would have fit very, very well with, and it was the Colts and it was the Saints. Two teams, year in, year out, have really good defenses. They both have some pretty solid weapons on offense. But I do think a change of scenery would be good for him. I think it would benefit him in his career long term, most definitely. I feel like I'm missing people, and if I am, I apologize. I was thinking that Carr wasn't returning, but I now think he's returning next season. I can tell you why. Enlighten me. Oh my God. Thank you, Circus. Yeah, we better beat the Pats. All right. We've been on like almost a half hour. Again, there's really ain't shit to talk about tonight. Let's do this. I'll let you guys call in. You sound off on everything. But we're going to keep it We're going to keep it short. Like 2 minutes, that's it. Like I've had a couple recently. They're on for like over 5 minutes. Like you're calling in, it's supposed to be quick, sweet, to the point. So I'm going to set this up right now. I don't even know if the volume's good, all that shit. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I think I have it set up. All right, so that's good. Let's fix the volume on here. We can do the call in for like a few minutes. Like I said, there really isn't much else to talk about today. There hasn't been much that came out. So let's figure this out. See if this other one works. If this one doesn't work, then I don't know. Because there's actually the cloud bot is supposed to be, or the chat bot, whichever the hell it's called. There we go. So there's a number right there, guys, if you want to call in. Again, there's a lot to talk about, at least for yesterday, with Tay and Carr pretty much saying that this is a process right now. They just want to start winning. Again, yeah, Sue signed with the Eagles earlier today. Linval Joseph signed with the Eagles yesterday. They're on a run. They're not fucking around. They did suffer their first loss of the season on Monday to the Washington Commanders, but they're all in right now, and this is why they did what they did. If it doesn't make sense bringing in a new QB and having him learn this scheme when Carr is currently trying to learn this scheme, it would set us back unless we get a Brady or a Jimmy G. And we talked about that last night, that having Brady or Jimmy G is a bridge gap for a rookie quarterback that's going to succeed them, one of them down the road, then that's probably going to be the best thing to do. We have a call, guys.
Call from
Big Rob.
To accept, press 1. To send a...
Ladies and gentlemen, the resident meathead of Raider Nation. What's good, brother?
What's up, brother? It's always me getting on. Either me or OG who's on for like 3 hours. Anyway, so basically from what I'm seeing, I hate that word too, just like you do, the whole process thing. But, I mean, we don't really have an option. I mean, we can just say, oh, my God, burn it down again, burn it down. Get somebody else. It's like, and then yet we have people that are complaining about no consistency. That's why Derek Carr is having all these problems. And so it's like, you know what? This is what's going to happen. Let McDaniels, give him enough rope. He's either going to pull us out of this hole or he's going to hang himself. It's going to be one or the other. So I think we finally have a good GM. Let's see what he does with the full draft, like Doc said. Let's see what he does with the full draft. Let's see how Josh McDaniels decides to play out the rest of the season. Honestly, I don't think they're tanking. I just think that our defense has so many damn holes, they can't hold leads. And then, like you said, we're missing a right tackle. We need more D tackles as well because something's going on with that team that we're not seeing. I don't know if it's the youngsters that are buying in. I don't know if the vets that know that they're not going to be there next year. I mean, Anthony Averett turned into a damn dumpster fire.
We talked about it. We talked about it last night on Docs' Live, and it was like a consensus down the board that we think it's the youngsters that don't want to play for McDaniels. Again, these kids getting all this money and they're playing in Vegas. It's like, it seems like they forgot about fucking what they're getting paid to do. And the defense has been a dumpster fire. It really has been this year. But Duron Harmon said in an interview yesterday that it's not the coach, it's not the scheme, they're not executing. And it's clear as day on the fucking field when you see a lot of the shit that happens. Missed tackles, not following angle pursuits the correct way, getting beaten coverage that you should be there fucking making these stops. It's sad. The only two guys realistically that are going to be here for the next few years, you're looking at Mad Max and you're looking at Nate Hobbs. The rest of these guys are just another guy on this team. And I don't see a lot of these guys coming back next season.
The thing I noticed was, do you think it could be that Patrick Graham and Josh McDaniels are those kind of like asshole coaches in the locker room that the young players don't know how to deal with?
If that's the case, then I'm telling you now, the young kids are fucking soft. Like, Rob, how old are you?
Me, I'm 35.
So you and I are roughly the same age. Like, we were the ones that went through those times where we dealt with dickhead coaches. Coaches that would actually put hands on you. Coaches that wouldn't be afraid to fucking really tell you about yourself and put you in your place. They can't do that anymore because these motherfuckers are handled with kid gloves and they can't fucking take the honest truth. And I think that's what it is. I think these younger guys coming into the league are fucking coddled so much that if a coach comes at them the wrong way, they're going to act like bitches, shut down, and they don't want to play for that coach.
I completely agree. I mean, I work for a school district, and when I talk to some of the football players talking about two-a-days, they look at me like I'm crazy. Like, what is that? Like, it's a whole different society, and I think that's the way these players are acting. I don't know how Gus Bradley was with the defense last year. I don't know if he was Mr. Nice Guy, people's coach. We knew that's how Rich Bisaccia was. That's why everybody's linked in, and I'm starting to think that everybody liked Rich because he was a good dude.
Yeah.
He was a good special teams coach, and he just kept the team together. But the thing is, I'm thinking Josh McDaniels and Patrick Graham are coming in there, and their old school mentality, especially Josh McDaniels, working under Bill Belichick for so long, he probably has the same demeanors. Like, not all super, I'm Mr. Friendly guy. It's get your ass to work, and a lot of these players aren't responding to it. And I think that that's the problem. They got to find guys, and I think that's what they're saying is when they got to find their guys, they're not talking about – I don't think they're talking about play scheme fit. I'm thinking it's more mentality fit because I'm starting to think that that's why they brought so many players from New England, not because they knew the playbook, but because they knew the mentality. They knew what they had to do because how many players have talked about coming from New England that, oh, I can actually have fun now because everything was brimstone. Like, let's go. Get to work. It's a job. This ain't fun. Don't smile.
And now, apparently now they got, like, a leash on a leash on their social media and shit. Like, I heard about that and I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is this a thing? Like, and like, you heard one of these guys, one of these reporters asked DC yesterday about this shit with Twitter, and he's like, I know nothing about this. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know why you would sit there and ask that fucking question when we're here to talk about football, but it's like, if they got a leash on their social medias and shit too, I'm just like, is this becoming a dictatorship in fucking Vegas now?
I don't think it's that. I think it's more so to avoid stupid shit. I mean, come on. Look at fucking dumbass fucking from last year waving a gun at somebody because they said they beat his ass. Remember that?
Arnett is a fucking idiot. Like, we knew that from Jump Street.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I think that mentality, because you didn't get that shit in New England.
Yeah.
You didn't get that shit. Like, and why does it always happen with us? Because our players get away with it because they think they can. And being in Vegas, especially after the Henry Ruggs situation, everybody's going to be paying attention to that. Everybody's going to be like, okay, we're going to zone in. Oh, they're going to Vegas. They're going to get in trouble. They're going to get in trouble. So the coaches are probably like, look, don't be a dumbass on social media. Don't be posting this. Don't be posting that. You know, like they're putting a good leash on. I think that's a good thing because it's changing the culture. It's like, this ain't a joke. We're not going to play around. We've been a bad team for 20 years. And Josh McDaniels is probably like, no more. No more. No more taking this shit lightly. It's time for us to start fucking winning and bring honor back to the Raider Nation.
Bro, you're preaching to the choir. Definitely appreciate the call, bro. If I'm up and you're on, fucking hit me up and we'll definitely fucking play some Call of Duty for a bit.
All right, brother. I'll catch you later.
All right, bro.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the resident meathead of Raider Nation, Rob. Again, if you guys want to call in, we could do it for a few more minutes. I'm going to put the number back up. Yeah, I'm really starting to fucking get tired now. Again, I got to be up. I got to force myself to be up and be in by like fucking 7 tomorrow morning. And then I unfortunately have a wake to attend. So, yeah, it's going to be another long day tomorrow. But I came on here for you guys. That's what I do best. And just wanted to give you guys a quick breakdown to this matchup preview. Again, it's probably gonna be a dogfight. These are the two worst teams in the division right now. The Broncos sit at 3-6. We sit at 2-7. On the road, we're 0-5. Hold on.
Call from.
Yo, it's the voice of God.
God help me.
To accept, press 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's God.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, bro?
I'm good, man. You?
Fucking tired. Very, very fucking tired.
Man, as good as you can be is the answer. It's all good.
Sound off, bro. What do you got to say?
Jesus, what I don't have to say. I mean, it's all good aside. Like I'm processing shit. Like my mind is going 100 miles an hour. I'm like, do we get rid of Derek Carr? Do we get rid of Josh Daniels? Like, and at the same time, I'm trying to think central, like what makes the most sense. What makes the most sense is keep Josh Daniels, keep Derek Carr, give him another year and stop, like worrying about they're going to get rid of them, which to me, I've been saying it like 3-4 weeks. I'm like, fuck Josh McDaniels. Like, just quit and give Derek Carr the team because, like, the team will literally surround themselves on Derek Carr's support. We did it last year. We would do it again. But I'm like, logically, it's kind of smart as long as you keep both. You know what I'm saying? You stay level-headed and you just, you put the path in front of you and you just put your head down, you grind and you do it.
Look, if they can, if I'm looking at it from this standpoint, like if they were to bring him back, I still, if I'm in that situation as Josh McDaniels or Dave Ziegler, I'm drafting a quarterback. I'm drafting a quarterback probably in the second round to be the guy to learn behind Derek Carr and potentially succeed Derek Carr when Derek Carr's time's up. But also at the same token, you have to take into consideration not the trade itself, but in regards to if he in fact is released by this team, the type of money that we would be saving, and we could use that money for free agency. It's almost $30 million that we could be putting forth towards free agency. Do we know what that would necessarily be? Realistically, it would probably be another veteran quarterback. It could be Jimmy Garoppolo. It could be Tom Brady. But we don't know.
It would
at this
have
point.
to be.
Yeah.
It would have to be, though. I mean, you think about that concept. Yeah, you putting that amount of money, it has to be a veteran quarterback. I don't think that's going to happen. I think because that would just separate the locker room even more. Logically, they'd be like, really? You're going to bring in Jimmy Garoppolo? You're going to have Carr, backers from, and so logically, yeah, like give him another year. Like you said, dude, you said it wisely. Yeah, absolutely. Like it's, I think we just chill out. And I think maybe Carr runs the table, maybe he doesn't. Like from what I took away when you started your YouTube, you said there's a 1% chance, and that's what I hung on to, brother. You said there's a 1% chance, so there's not 100% chance because you know what I'm saying. Like anything can happen.
Look,
all
the way that things played out last year. Towards the tail end of the season, we had a 5% chance of making the playoffs. But certain things happened. Certain things helped us get to that spot in the wild card. The Texans beat the dog shit out of the Chargers. The Colts got fucking stomped out by the Jaguars. We fucking went on a tear the last couple of games, and it came down to that final game of the season where we won and we got in. But at this point in time, with a 1% chance, I don't see this happening now. I really don't see a repeat of what happened last year. I really don't.
No, I don't neither. And you know why? I would give it a 90% chance happening if Josh McDaniels got fired because everybody else would rally behind Derek Carr. And I think that would put us, but we're going to end up in the same situation. It would put us to the top. I think Derek Carr could ride it out. But like you said, in this current situation, they're not going to fire Derek Carr. They're not going to fire fucking the head coach. So I think we're like a mediocre. I think we may go on a few wins, but I think, we lose the ones that matters most.
Every single game mattered the most. Like I'm sitting here now looking at the standings, and I just said it to you guys before. The Broncos are 3-6. We're 2-7. On the road, we're 0-5. This game is on the road. In the division, we're 1-2. The conference, which plays a crucial role in your overall record, we're 2-5. We're 2-5. We've lost 3 in a row. The last 5, we've lost 4 of the last 5 games. Pack the shit in, y'all.
And from what I hear, like the Las Vegas stadium, the best stadium in the whole fucking NFL. I hear we got booed out of the fucking stadium. And I think that's what played on the Derek Carr is like, holy shit.
I'm waiting for LV Maximus to pull up to a live, one of the next lives, hopefully. And if he catches this afterwards, LV, please, next time I'm on, I would love for you to call in. I know you were at the game last weekend. I want to hear from you exactly. If you stayed the whole game, what the fuck was it like? What would it sound like inside that stadium when the clock struck 0? I'm real intrigued to know how it was.
And that's huge, brother. I'm glad you mentioned that, man, because that's huge. That plays on your emotion. That plays on how you play. If you're in a stadium, like you think about it this way, if you got your daughter or your son watching you, like trying to make a flip or whatever, and they're like, yeah, like you get that extra boost of confidence. But if they're like, Daddy, you can't do that shit, you're like, yeah, maybe I can.
I'm
like,
one,
that just gave you the extra boost.
I'm the one that always jokes around when I see certain things happen during games. I think for watching last weekend and seeing Keelan Cole drop some fucking simple fucking passes, like,
Yeah.
I would normally look to my left and my right and be like, yo, I would have caught that. Realistically, yeah, I would have caught those. Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But
No, it's all good,
God,
man. I appreciate it,
it's
man.
always a pleasure. Definitely we'll be talking to you soon, brother. Be safe.
Hey, salute, man. Have a good night.
You too.
Raiders!
That was Jason Thomas, a.k.a. God. Definitely appreciate him calling in. We've been on for 45 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody that came on in tonight. Appreciate Rob and God for calling in. Tomorrow I will not be live, but I will make sure to post the final injury report. I will put up tonight's as well. I'll put it on IG momentarily. If you guys are on IG and haven't followed me yet, here it is right here on the screen, Hammers.House. Also, I'm on Twitter at Hammers_House. So definitely follow me there. You guys see the rest of the socials running across the bottom of the screen. If you guys want to play some Call of Duty, shit, we got one. All right, last one.
Call from
KJ. And
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, you're in the vault. Who's this?
hello?
Hello?
KJ. And to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. It's KJ.
Hey, KJ. KJ, you got to turn the volume down a little bit because I can hear myself in the background, dude. How are you?
I'm just going to say this. The Raiders need a better defense, man.
They need a better
We need
defense.
a better defensive line. We need a better defense.
I definitely agree with you, and they need a better defensive line. Who do you think we should bring in on the defensive line?
Let me see. Fletcher's Cox.
See, this kid knows football. How old are you, KJ?
9.
We got a 9-year-old that knows football. He just said that the Raiders need to get Fletcher Cox. This is hands down the best phone call I got all day. Seriously, you are speaking facts, KJ, and I definitely appreciate the call, and you most definitely can call in any time, all right?
I know. I appreciate you, bro.
Raiders! That was a great way to end the show. I am closing out Google Voice. That was hands down the best call. For a little kid to call and talk those facts, hands down the best way to end this show. So KJ, thank you. And again, you can call in anytime. That just made my night. Thank you. Guys, we are going to roll out. With that being said, continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID and monkeypox is around. Remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation, till I die. Till next time, y'all. We out.